Okay, welcome to the International Force Rape Timeline. This is Hangout 37. The previous one was obviously 36, but I just realised I numbered it 6, so I guess that's a renumber it. That's on the my YouTube channel. This is again not live, so you can argue whether it's really a hangout, but this is the International Force Rape Timeline anyway. I was going to cover a lot this hangout, but I've got quite a lot of things to do. I still haven't been able to install this new setup on my machine to enable me to go live. I really don't want to mess around with it. I'm still using Windows 7, as a lot of people are, and as far as I know, every library in the country is. But I may, at some point, the next one or one after, use Zoom or this new setup I got on Google. But this one is not live because the things I want to put in here, which I can't put in a live hangout. Right, this is basically about contemporaneous stuff. This won't be an awful lot here though. Firstly, the Joe Biden case, the allegation against him by this nutter Tara Reade. This case does show the hypocrisy, the utter hypocrisy of the Democrats. Well, there have been 2 or 3 people said that they believed Reade, but they're going to vote for Biden anyway. I mean, seriously. But no, this has been totally debunked. This photograph here is of the area in which Reade claims that Biden fingered her, for want of a better word. I mean, I just can't. The logistics of this is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. And I will stress again that she did not make a contemporaneous report. There is no contemporaneous report. There was a phone in by her mother to a Larry King program, which did not mention sexual harassment. And the woman is a total freak. Quite a few people from different angles have done a lot of research on her. This was from ABC News. Prosecutors opened probe into whether Biden, accused of Tara Reade, lied under oath in court appearances. She acted as a so-called expert witness in domestic abuse cases. We investigated whether she gave false testimony under oath. Monterey County Chief Assistant District Attorney District Attorney Berkeley Brannon said in a statement to ABC News. The new probe was first reported by Politico, marking the latest development after news accounts last week questioned previous statements she made about her credentials on the stand. I mean, as she often described her 20-year career as a victim advocate, I mean that is a red flag with local agencies and organisations. But at least 2 trials over the past 2 years. Reade states she earned a degree from Antioch University in Seattle. This is not true, according to Antioch University officials. So that's trouble. She did attend Seattle University there. She got a law degree in 2004. While testifying as an expert witness, she often testified under the name Alexandra McCabe, which she assumed after fleeing from her allegedly abusive husband in 1987. That is bull as well. Apparently he did hit her or slap her once, but a woman like her will drive any man to I mean, when questioned about her testimony surfaced last week, we provided the New York Times with a screenshot of of a school transcript from Antioch University, which showed the department as BA completion but left blank the date conferred and degree conferred. She told the Times that to help protect her new identity from her allegedly abusive husband, the school's own president, Talisa Murdoch, helped secretly bestow a fast-track degree upon her. Yeah. She was represented by a Me Too attorney who was now backed out. In October 2019 trial, 7 months ago, she was suggested she was involved in moving one of Biden's landmark pieces of legislation along. On the Violence of Women Act, I was a legislative assistant and did research in her office, she said, according to the transcripts of her testimony. In January 2019, she testified that she worked for Biden as a legislative aide, but in fact government records show Reade was a staff assistant on Biden's team, a significantly lower position than a legislative aide. No, she's a total head case. And there's also been a suggestion that because she testified in some of these cases, which appears to be resulted in convictions, there could be repercussions. People could have convictions quashed, or at least they can be looked into. She's a total flake. And if if a lot of these Trump accusers and other false accusers were subjected to the same scrutiny, they would have the same credibility. Well, Trump's accusers have zero credibility. Zero. The E. Jean Carroll. That's ridiculous. So that's Tara Reade. Right, this next section, I'm going to show you a clip. This is from this is two people named Cooper who had a fateful meeting in New York Central Park. It isn't a false rape allegation. You've probably seen it or heard about it, because the dude was black and the woman was white. Most of these idiots have put a racial thing on it, racial spin. But one guy posted to Facebook a genuine, not genuine, a proper narrative. He says it's a woman falsely accusing a man. I would go further than that, say it's a woman who's not quite right in the head, making a false allegation. This bloke Cooper, Christian Cooper, I think he sounds a bit of a dickhead himself, and no doubt he did try to provoke the incident, but it's clear that nothing happened, and he told her to keep away from him, and she gets on her phone and she phones the police, says she's being attacked. Now what is very interesting about here, what the other guy noted, is that her voice goes up about 5 octaves and she sounds really frightened. This is called damseling. With different ways to damsel. Men can do it as well. It's a case of acting in distress and getting sympathy. Now, you have to wonder, as I'm not the first person to suggest this, you have to wonder what would have been the outcome if this guy didn't have a phone. I mean, she tells him to stop filming it. Oh, well, sorry lady, this is a public space, live with it. You have to wonder what would have been or could have been the outcome if he hadn't been filming. Actually, you don't have to wonder. There are cases on the false rape timeline. I'll show you one. Actually, I'll put one on here of a woman who falsely accused a man of indecent assault.
You stop that! You stop today! You stop today! Get the fuck off me! Get your hand off my breast now! Get your hand off my breast now!
This is food for thought. You have to wonder just how many of these allegations in which the only correlation is the hysterical word of a woman, and why would a woman lie?
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And I'm
me.
taking pictures and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life. I'm sorry, I'm in the Ramble, and there is a man, African American, he has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African American man, I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog.
And now I'm going to play you a short clip. I've commented on this in an article I wrote recently. This is absolutely ludicrous. This ludicrous video attracted thousands of comments, and overall the reaction was very encouraging. It shows that people, women as well as men, and girls as well as young men, are beginning to wake up to what's been going on. Here's one from somebody called Not Saying. You didn't realise it because the movement hadn't really defined normal sexual relationships as assault yet. I truly thought I had to worry about my daughter dating more than my boys. Now I feel I have to worry about my boys as much or more than my daughter, and probably for decades longer, given that women can make accusations where it seems to fit their agenda. That's somebody called C. Colin. This is Colin. So you didn't know you were a victim until woke culture told you to make yourself one, right? Here's a guy called Russian Hacker. In 1967, while in first grade, I pulled the pigtails of the girl sitting on the desk in front of me. I was living in fear that any time she could have me arrested. Let's do a couple more. This is Christopher. What was the purpose of this video? He explained nothing and all was nothing to do with the title, aside from the first 3-second caption. C. I know it's the same C. Oh, look at me! Exclaim. I had a normal relationship, but now I changed my mind and it's assault! Exclaim. How many of you ladies have woken up to your man by riding him? How many of you ladies have woken up your man by riding him? Mr. N. So how do you distinguish between somebody who realises she was abused and someone who just makes stuff up? Mick. I didn't know I was a victim till everyone else cried victim. No, I want to be too. The B2 movement. Let's a couple more. Mitzi. So years later, she finally figured out a way to become a Me Too victim. Or in other words, figured out a way to rack up a few more points while a snowflake popularity victimhood scorecard. Oh, brother! Just one more. So if you didn't know that it was a sexual assault at the time, how was the guy supposed to know? It's somebody called Firebrand. No, I shouldn't laugh really, because this is this is some poor little muppet will end up in court because of this. No doubt a lot of them will. It's just absolutely outrageous. Right, something else which has annoyed Steve Brule of Studio Brule. You'll find this case on the False Rape timeline. Sally Challen, who murdered her husband. She did murder him. This is absolutely outrageous. Check out the entry on the timeline for Challen and the two man-hating lesbians who sprang from jail for this is absolutely outrageous. And normally, under common law, if somebody's murdered, it's usually a parent by a child. The killer is barred from inheriting property. It's common law. Challen's murder conviction was quashed, and it's ruled that she can inherit her husband's estate. It's absolutely outrageous. I don't know where it's been. I shouldn't think it's been. Well, it might have been held in trust, but I don't see why it should have, because he's got two sons. His eldest son is a homo and mummy's boy, and I don't know if he left anything to him, but or if he died, he might have died intestate, but he was quite well off. I wouldn't say wealthy with a capital W, but well off. But it's absolutely outrageous. This Steve Brule did a whole video on the case. So now a woman can murder her husband. Just absolutely outrageous. The thing that really gets me about this is that this coercive control. All the evidence suggests that she was the one who coercively controlled him. She hacked into his email. She was spying on him. Just absolutely outrageous. I mean, the world's gone mad where a woman can get away literally with murder. Oh, she did do what was it? About 9 years behind bars. So that is something, but she shouldn't. This is adding insult to injury. I've been adding a few cases to the timeline of late. Not that many, but I've been doing other things. Been writing articles. I can't believe they can still refer to this woman as an abused wife. Really, it's absolutely outrageous. But I've got a few more to add. Well, I've actually got a couple of thousand to go through, to going back a long way. The one other case I will mention. This is a recent addition to the timeline. Is of Francesca Parisi, who's an academic, and this is another totally mad woman who tried to trash his life and nearly succeeded. You'll find this on the timeline under June the 30th, 2016. He went rather rapidly into a relationship with a woman named Morgan Wright. It didn't work out. They had a business relationship as well. Mixing business with pleasure is don't do it. Obviously don't do it. And that fell through, and she accused him of not just a rape, but all sorts of things. I've got a 5 minute, I think just over 5 minute clip on the timeline. I've been in communication with him. He sent me one of the judgments, but it's absolutely outrageous. The fact that this woman, the fact that the case got anywhere near a courtroom, and that when it became obvious that she was lying, that no action was taken against her, he sued her in civil court. He got a $1.2 million award against her for defamation, which makes you see how much, if any, you'll collect. But it's absolutely outrageous. So I'll just keep it to those fairly news points at the moment. This whole lockdown thing is not bothering me, because I tend to live a sort of you know, I go shopping, I go to the library, everywhere's closed, so I generally I can sit in front of my computer all day. But it's, you know, it's changing the way the world works, or it doesn't work. It'll be interesting to see next year when the reports for rape and other sexual assaults come out, if they're markedly down. Well, there have been a few cases reported, but it's we'll see. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'm not sure when I'll be doing the next live hangout or the next hangout, but I may try a live one, if not to YouTube, then to some other medium. Anyway, if you've got any comments, you know where I live. If you have any cases to submit, especially cases in foreign languages, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, the overwhelming majority of cases on the timeline are from the English speaking world, including India, which has a marvellous English language press, but I would like some more from Asia. I've got quite a lot from Singapore and Malaysia, but you know, other places, Pakistan, Thailand. Anyway, I will put this on my YouTube account, and also I'll upload it to BitChute.